Kasper, in a politically and economically tense situation, Henkel again delivered good results in the second quarter. What were the main challenges?
We have a very clear strategy and we have very ambitious targets, and they will not change despite the environment. We continue to see headwinds on currencies. In addition, we are seeing the political crisis in Russia and Ukraine worsen, and we're seeing a very difficult political situation in the Middle East. And based on this, we do see a slower EPS growth in the second half than in the first half. So we need to be agile and flexible to deal with these challenges.
Taking a closer look at Henkel's financial performance in the second quarter, could you give us an overview?
We saw market share gains across all our businesses in the second quarter due to strong brands, leading technology, and also great innovation. Overall, we saw good performance in a challenging business environment. We saw solid organic sales growth, we saw EPS growth in high single digits, and we continued to improve our margin. So we hit our numbers according to the guidance that we gave, and I'd like to thank all Henkel employees for delivering on a good second quarter.
Let us talk about the strategy. Where do you see major progress?
Due to a strong focus on execution, we've made good progress on all our 4 strategic priorities: outperform, globalize, simplify and inspire. In the beginning of June, we also announced 2 very attractive acquisitions where we spent more than 1.2 billion to strengthen our laundry and home care business and beauty care business. These businesses will help build our market share positions and also add to profitability. At the same time, we made good progress around simplifying and further standardizing and automating our processes. When the year is over, I'll give you a full update on the progress we made on our strategic priorities. But I'm very pleased on where we are today. We've built a good foundation for the next 2.5 years ahead of us.
You mentioned recent acquisitions in the mature markets. What about your strategic focus on the emerging markets?
The emerging markets remains very high on our strategic agenda around globalize. So we're fully committed to building our business further out in the emerging markets. They were the primary growth driver in the second quarter, and we continue to invest in R&D and manufacturing and management positions in the emerging markets. And I'm also certain that we'll also make acquisitions in the emerging markets, but we'll report on that on the day we get there. So in essence, the emerging markets remain very high on our list of strategic priorities.
What are you going to focus on in the second half of 2014, and what's your outlook for the year?
Based on the strong performance we've seen in the first half, we are confirming our overall financial outlook for 2014. But at the same time, we have to deal with a business environment that is challenging. We have currency headwinds and we have strong political unrest in Eastern Europe and in the Middle East. So it's important that we take the appropriate tactical measures, which we are doing, to ensure that we'll hit our targets. That will also help us becoming more agile and also more flexible. So I'm confident that we'll hit our targets for the full year, but we need to stay focused.
Looking at the World Cup 2014, imagine you were a football coach and it's a halftime break. What would you say to your team?
I would say to my team, we're leading 1-0, but we have to play to win and avoid playing to lose. So we need to have a very strong second half, because 1-0 will not make us win for the full game. But at the same time, I'm also confident with the team we have on board that we can make it 2-0 in the second half.
Thank you very much, Kasper.